Good afternoon and good evening, everybody, wherever you are, and welcome to another session of Expand Your Horizons.
People think of plants as if they're stuck in the ground, they do nothing. But because they're stuck in the ground and because they've evolved to exist for millions of years, they're actually incredibly active in their environment, meaning they know how to adapt themselves, and they've evolved to do this for a very long time. So those methods are very stable. And what we do at InnerPlant is we look at what it is the plant is doing to react, and then we tell the plant, or we teach it with a line of code, which is the engineering we do, to, as it's reacting to the stress, start producing a new protein. That creates the optical signal that we can see remotely. From the beginning, we chose technologies that have been around for a long time, and I always proudly say about InnerPlant, even though this all sounds like science fiction, we're not doing any kind of new science. But anyone can become an expert if they spend, 10,000 hours. So I did the math, like you can reasonably do it in 2 years. And it requires more than reading. You have to network, you have to put yourself out there, you have to think about it strategically. But then you have the advantage of not being an insider. So all the things that a lot of people think, oh, this is never going to change, or this is not something you can do, you don't have that. How do we get this to where we want it to go, which is, how do we get the trait into every seed? Because that's a goal, right? The goal is not to work and start to sell seeds to some farmers and maybe collect data from some fields. We want this in every single acre of soybeans and corn. And the path is to work with the existing distribution channel, the existing players that have quite a lot of market share, in order to get that into the hands of as many farmers as possible. I think anyone can change the world, anyone can make an impact. There's a path. It's actually a very analytical path, right? When people think about how do I start a company, how do I do something, it's not as complicated as it sounds. My kind of 2 cents is choose a problem you care about and then analytically start to figure out, is it the right business model? Are these the right unit economics? Does my customer care? There's just a list of things that you have to go through. And I really highly recommend for people to never sit around and think, well, not me, someone else can do it, not me, because it's not true. And I think, if you don't try, you fail. But if you try, you might succeed, and then you're going to be happier, you're going to follow your passion, and then you might actually make an impact on the world.